Darkness sweeps the broken fields like a living shadow. A battered woman grips a rusted farming tool, her knuckles white, eyes wide with a terror carved from months of relentless war. Around her, the charred remnants of what was once a thriving farm lay in ruin. Gunfire echoes distant but close enough to remind her, death is still hunting. In this frozen moment, the question burns, how did Anna survive when everything she knew was reduced to ash? How did a simple farm become a battlefield? No history book dared to fully reveal. The year is 1944, deep within the war-torn countryside of Eastern Europe. The village of Kreslov lies scattered, its once fertile fields now festering graves of lost livestock and shattered crops. The air tastes metallic, mixed with the acrid scent of burnt wood and lingering diesel. Silence, fragmented by sporadic gunfire and the distant rumble of tanks, hangs heavy like a suffocating shroud over the land. This was Anna's home, a place where generations had coaxed life from soil, where the rhythm of the seasons was carved into the very bones of the community. Before the war had ripped through the village, Anna's farm was a sanctuary. Herds of cattle grazed under open skies, and the smell of fresh earth mingled with the faint fragrance of wildflowers. But war doesn't respect sanctuaries. It breaks the world into pieces, leaving survival hanging by a thread. The inciting horror began on a chill October dawn. Soldiers descended like a storm, blasting their way through the village. Anna, barely recovered from last night's fever, was jolted from her fragile rest by the crash of explosions. Her neighbors' homes burned, while cries for mercy were swallowed by machine gun fire. Soldiers marched through fields once golden with grain, trampling underfoot the hard-won bounty of years. The front had moved, but the war's hunger was voracious. It fed on farms like Anna's with brutal efficiency. As the battle raged closer, survival shifted shape. Carrying her younger brother beneath a tattered coat, Anna navigated the labyrinth of debris and fear. Food became a treasure buried deeper than gold. The enemy's gaze was never far, and trust was a forgotten currency. When a squad of soldiers took over the barn, transforming it into both fortress and prison, hope frayed like the edges of an old map. Days blurred into nights with the constant threat of raids. Anna's family endured starvation, the ache of loss pressing down with merciless weight. Yet, amidst the rubble, moments of raw humanity flickered, a shared crust of bread, whispered prayers in the dark, an unspoken vow to endure. Fear mingled with grit, adrenaline beating a harsh drum in their veins. The climax tore through the village in an inferno of desperation. A surprise counterattack by resistance fighters ignited fierce close-quarters combat. The barn, once a haven, became an inferno. Trapped inside, Anna clutched the remnants of her shattered dreams, her heart pounding against the fear that death lurked beyond every charred beam. Through smoke and blood, she made a choice: fight or perish. Emerging wounded but alive, her escape was nothing short of a miracle amid the carnage. But the war's cruelty was not just in bullets and fire. It was in the silence that followed, the betrayal of promises once made by those who marched in shadows. Declassified files reveal a dark reality. Anna's farm was targeted not just for its strategic position, but for the simple defiance of rural life itself, a symbol that the war sought to erase. The village records, found decades later, uncovered orders to destroy food supplies, a deliberate campaign to starve out resistance and break the backbone of the community. Anna's story exposes the unseen battlefield where families, farmers, and traditions were casualties as much as soldiers. The war did not end on the front lines. It spilled into fields, homes, and hearts. The resilience of the few who survived stands as a testament to human endurance, but it is a legacy stained with loss and silence. Years after the ruins fell quiet, Anna returned to the land she once loved. The last farm was a ghost of its former self, the soil poisoned and the air heavy with memories. Yet, in her eyes burned a resolve that defied the darkness, a haunting reminder that beneath the scars of war lie stories waiting to be uncovered. What became of Anna in the years that followed? Did she rebuild from the ashes, or was she forever marked by the horrors that shattered her world? The fragments of found footage and declassified dossiers leave us with uneasy questions. Her fate, like so many, is a shadow cast by the war's ruthless hand, a chilling echo from a forgotten front. This is not just a story of a farm or a woman. It is the raw truth about the devastation wrought on rural communities, the silence they endured, and the resilience they summoned in the face of annihilation. In Anna's last farm lies a warning: war strips away more.